beats.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Junior, aka Smoking Guns, out here in Tucson, Arizona, representing the Ultimate Fight Club, giving you the latest content in boxing and MMA news that is out. So, today's video, we're coming out with another one on Canelo Alvarez. And dude, this friggin' shocked the hell out of me, but at the same time, I can understand exactly where he's coming from, but it states here in BoxingNews24.com that Canelo Alvarez vacates WBA 168-pound title, quote. Now, it goes on to state in this article, Saul Canelo Alvarez has reportedly vacated his WBA regular super middleweight title that he won on December 15th and stopping secondary WBA 168-pound champion Rocky Fielding in the third round at Madison Square Garden in New York. Canelo recently moved up to super middleweight last December with the sole idea of winning a third division world title against Fielding. It was a history-making fight for Canelo, although not a particularly compelling matchup for a fighter looking to add to his legacy. It also goes on to state, with Dimitri Bivol talking about wanting to move down to 168 pounds to challenge Canelo for his WBA secondary super middleweight belt, it was a good idea for Alvarez to give up that belt straight away rather than stick around in the weight class and potentially take a bad loss to the talented Russian fighter. The WBA 168-pound title would be like a hot potato for Canelo, something he would need to get rid of in a speedy fashion with Bivol bearing down on him. That's bad for Canelo to fight a guy like Bivol, who can do a little of everything inside the ring. This move by Canelo was a predictable one, as he would have had mounting pressure exerted on him to defend the belt against the top contenders in the super middleweight division, had he chosen to keep the belt. Canelo's WBA 168-pound title was a secondary belt with the World Boxing Association, who for some reason have two champions with their organization. That's like if the NFL having two Super Bowls each year. It would be senseless and confusing to the fans. The WBA has the WBA regular and WBA super champions at 168. The champion that the boxing world sees as the real champion with the WBA at super middleweight is Caleb Smith, quote. Now, with this article coming out, dude, like it says it was a predictable choice. I didn't think it was really that predictable, just for the simple fact is I thought Canelo would be wanting to challenge himself, especially with him going up voluntarily to get that belt without anybody having to call him out to come up to get the belt. But at the same time, it does make a lot of sense because you got a lot of killers up in the 168-pound division that are willing to fight his ass, and they don't have no quarrels, no problems about fighting him. You got a guy like Caleb Smith, who was adamant about fighting him. You got guys like David Benavidez. You got guys like Sudo Ramirez. You got guys like Caleb Plant. Dude, you got a host of dudes. You even had homies from the light heavyweight division who are willing to come down to the 168-pound division just to get a crack at that ass on Canelo, pause. But at the same time, I can understand why he would do it, because with him trying to hold belts at the 160-pound division and 168 pounds, it would definitely be a burden on him because, like I said, you got enough dudes at the 160-pound weight class that are waiting to get a crack at you. You got Daniel Jacobs, who you're about to be facing. You got Jamal Charlo. You got Boo Boo Andrade, who's going to be fighting friggin' Billy Joe Saunders. And then you still have a potential fight with Triple G that you may or may not take. If you take it, I really don't care because I'm not really trying to see that fight personally. But you do have a host of dudes at that weight class that are willing to fight you and that do want to crack at you. But then if you're trying to juggle that plus all the killers that are at that 168-pound division, dude, I know that would be a lot to be able to handle because that's a lot of fighters that are on your ass that are willing to try to get those belts up off of you. But I guess only time will tell. Maybe Canelo Alvarez might go back up to 168 pounds to see what's up with that division, because he did look solid in that division. And I definitely wouldn't mind seeing him at that 168-pound division again. But before he does that, I would definitely like to see him clean out the 160-pound division before he makes his way back up to 168 pounds. And I guess only the future is going to tell if he's going to be able to do that, because even that 160-pound division, you got a host of killers that are in that division that are just licking at their chops to be able to get a fight with him to see if he is the real deal at 160 pounds. All right, you guys. So I hope you guys like like the video. If you guys like the video, make sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you guys have any kind of questions, any kind of comments, hit me up in the comment section and I'll be sure to hit you guys up. All right. So I hope you like the video. Holla at your boy.